can still feel the rocks in the street, in the heat, no shoes, no socks on my feet. Gotta eat, hit the Rex and grab a white box in the seat. Then we more back to the red blocks and we deep. 9-10 hard knocks with a lot to release. On the top of block D, throwing rocks in the streets. Cop stop, we retreat out of optical reach. Running optimal speeds, hide out to repeat. No stop.
Man, it say you joined.
Okay, I was just trying to copy. Hey, man, I'm old. Take it easy with me, nigga.
Can I use you all right now?
All right.
nigga gonna-
Welcome, everybody, to In the Lab with J Boo.
Nate Born, the Ghetto River.
Yes, sir.
Step
Yes,
one,
sir.
that's
And this is our second episode of Baby Daddy Chronicles.
Daddy
We have
Chronicles.
our special guest, Stephon Cohen. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
What's up? It's Stephon Cohen out of Houston, Texas. Actually from Lamarck, Tech City, but don't tell nobody that. I'm just here to shed light on from my side of the story, if that's all right.
Your side of the story.
Yeah. It's always three sides to the story: yours, mine, and the truth.
And the truth.
Yeah.
We'll
We
meet
trying to
somewhere.
get to that one. We trying to get to that one. We know we ain't gonna tell you ain't gonna tell the other side, but let's get to the middle.
I mean, but to be honest with you, the other side, that's the only way that the problems will be fixed is if people learn to view it from the other side. So if you're not capable of viewing it to the other side, then you should probably put your vagina and your penis away. Can I use the word vagina and penis? Give me all my rules, please.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah, I
just
think
saying,
you can use official and scientific anatomic words.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you try to be smart. All right, let's go. What are we going? What the questions and answers or what? What's the word?
Okay. We flow. You know, this how we do it in the lab. You know, we coming together. You know, we vibe the chemistry. You know how the chemistry be in the lab.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You know,
That's
it's like
sexy.
a little
Say it one more time. Chemistry. Say it one more time for me.
chemistry. You know how the chemistry be. You know.
Let's go.
So we know you are a baby daddy. So how many kids do you have, sir?
That's a touchy subject right there. We just gonna jump right on in now. I got 4. I got 3 daughters and 1 son.
We jumps right on in there.
I see. But I mean, I had to put my shirt on for this one, so y'all got me for a while. What's up? I got 3.
Yeah.
4. I got 3
the
daughters.
only thing naked we trying to get to is the truth. The naked.
You know, I got my teeth. I got my teeth.
Yeah. Is it good? Is it sweet?
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah, if it's not, you just drink
little Milo.
water.
You know. Okay, so you have 4 children.
Yes.
3 girls, 1 boy. Okay, so how many baby mothers do you have?
Woo! They ain't cutting it easy on you, boy. I have 3 baby moms. 3.
3 baby moms. Okay.
3.
All right. So 3 baby mothers, 4 children.
Mm-hmm.
How are your relationships with the mothers?
So let's break it down. Let's start from the beginning. I was married for a few years to my oldest 2 daughters, mother, and it seemed that our relationship got better as we got older. The relationship at first was a bit. It's the norm. Like, you know, a relationship with a baby mama. It depends on what y'all status is. Once we decided that we wasn't gonna mess around, we were just gonna be about the kids. The relationship between me and her got perfect. And I have to add that she the one made it that way. I mean, if I would contact her and talk to her about anything outside of the kids, she wouldn't even reply. I like that.
So is it safe to say that you were pulling the regular baby daddy bullshit where the relationship is over? I mean, we keeping it 1,000.
Go ahead. You ain't heard me say nothing. I'm waiting on the question. Come on.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? You gave me that look like. What baby daddy bullshit? But we gonna break it down.
Let me get bullshit.
Yeah, hold on, Jay. What is baby daddy bullshit? Because you know, we have father children, but we don't know what the extensional meaning of baby daddy bullshit is.
the baby daddy bullshit. The relationship is now over, and you know, you doing your thug thizzle. You know, she may be doing hers, she may not.
Why
Yeah.
she gotta be
Still
lazy?
trying
Yeah,
to
she doing that
slide
fucking
off
thing. Come on now.
in her drawers. You still trying to drop it off in her drawers.
No,
Every
no.
now
Let
and
me
then.
let me give you a full understanding though, because again, when I started this, I made it clear to people that the differences are not that different. Uh, I have stuck around many of years in some dead ass bullshit ass relationships due to the fact that I have kids. So it ain't about fucking or none of that. It's really about the simple fact that at the end of the day, the relationship between me and my kids are important enough for me to be unhappy or miserable, whatever the case may be. But a woman, when she connects in that level. A man don't connect in that level. So I'm not trying to fuck you, but if that's what it takes to see my kids, well, shit, get naked. Let's do that. But
Wait,
it ain't
okay,
no.
hold on.
Please bring it back.
Let's pump our brakes real quick.
Yo, pump the motherfucker.
Okay,
Start over.
okay. Now see, my question was simple.
And my answer was
So you was still. So you
no,
saying you
no,
was
no. Me
still.
and her wasn't. We wasn't. It
Okay,
wasn't
no,
that.
I mean, okay, okay, but I'm just saying you had said that she cut it off to
What's
where
up,
it was like
admin?
nothing,
No, I
right?
would. No, I'm saying like whenever we both had come to that understanding that hey, you know, this relationship between me and you is just based off the kids. Like I could text, hey, good morning, no reply. I could be like, how the kids doing this morning? Then she reply. It was just a simple her setting boundaries on how we was gonna communicate.
Okay,
It
I
really,
get you. Okay, now I get you. It wasn't even no. You're not
yeah, it
even my
wasn't no
friend,
I'm
my
trying to
nigga.
fuck
Like
you type
you
shit.
just
I
my
mean,
baby daddy. Like
So
okay,
but
it wasn't baby daddy bullshit. So we got the
so
definition and we got the answer.
that's
It
yeah,
it. It
wasn't
wasn't
baby
any
daddy
bullshit on
bullshit,
my
and
part.
you wasn't trying to smash.
you
No,
know.
but I mean, you have to, like I said, you got to understand. Me and this person been together for many years, so I've stepped away and still, you know, have interceded or stepped in or helped out here and there. But once we made that understanding, she made it clear that hey, I'm gonna fucking sink or swim on my own. Like don't worry about anything but the kids because that's what it is. She had to make that boundary because she was the one that was crossing it. Because I could be going about my business, taking care of my shit, doing my shit, and it'd be like, uh, I don't know what's going on. I don't think I'm gonna be able to.
Okay.
Come on now, that's baby mama bullshit. Just in case you ain't, yeah, that's I
Oh
got
yeah,
these kids over here, need to make sure these light
that's
bills
more
are
than one
paid.
term in our Webster.
I'm
Now
just
You
we're
gonna
know.
give
gonna
it to you. Like,
we're
that
gonna have
shit,
our
it go both
own
ways.
Look,
It ain't a,
don't
dictionary.
jump on. Look, hold on, don't
I ain't
jump
gonna
on the
jump
host.
on
I'm
you.
just doing my job, sir.
Hey,
I'm
I'm
just
just
doing
saying,
my
hey, what all I want to, hey, at the
What's
end of
up,
this,
Keith
all I
Lauer?
want people to realize is that this shit is both ways. It don't work one
Kiki,
way.
is that you?
If I hit you up and I be like, uh, I want to fuck, and you hit me up and you be like, I got to pay a light bill. Them the same thing. We just said the same thing to each other. I want to fuck and you want your light bill paid. We just said the same thing. Ain't neither one of them wrong or incorrect. And that's just how it go. Like I'm not gonna come over there and pay no motherfucking light bill and leave with a dry dick. Like that don't make no good sense. So what kind of
Okay,
let's
so
go.
you
Let's
and your
go.
uh,
baby mama, you and your first
Okay,
baby mama,
that's what that's the
y'all
first.
wasn't on that. Y'all wasn't on that at all.
Just
What?
okay. So the second baby mama, I kind of met her right at the end of that first relationship, still kind of in limbo on what direction I really wanted to be because again, the relationship between me and my kids is important enough, even to a point where I believe that being unhappy was a sacrifice that I had to be willing to pay. Like it wasn't even an option. Like self preserve, make sure you okay, make sure you at the best. That's never been a brain process for me. So in between the first one and the second one, the second one she got you, boy. She just kind of caught you, boy. I was falling, I was dangling. I didn't know what the hell to do.
you
I'm
was
in Louisiana.
vulnerable.
I'm away from family members. She all I know. She all I got.
You was
And
vulnerable, nigga.
man, she caught your boy. She caught your boy. She gave your boy one of them good old hugs. Sometimes all it takes is a hug. Sometimes when you hurt. But
Uh,
anyway,
uh,
so Fuck you. We met, we kind of started off like the general, getting to know each other. Long story short, we ended up with a son a couple of years, and I had to kind of distance myself because I just started to realize that sometimes you be with people long enough to realize no matter what the fuck you do, it's gonna never be enough because whatever you're doing, this motherfucker is good at doing the opposite better than you are doing. I just didn't feel like we was gonna ever win, and I had to let that one go. The last
Okay, let
one,
me ask you, and how long were y'all in a relationship before y'all had a child together?
I believe we was in a relationship maybe I would say a little over a year, but in all honesty, I was working a turnaround. So you could divide that year into probably like 3 months because the only time I'm really getting to interact with you is when it's time to get off, when it's time to go take a bath or hit the gym or whatever I was doing at that particular time, and it's time to go to sleep. Like it's really hard to know a person if you're not spending a lot of quality time with them. But that's no excuse. But it was a little bit around the year, but boy, I learned fast after that baby got here.
So, bro, you say it was at the end of the first entanglement
Yeah.
relationship, and yeah. Well, either way it go, that relationship ended. This other one
Man,
started.
started.
Okay, so what was the pretense on getting with that second one? Was it a rebound situation? Was it
No, no, more or less, it's just I've always been coming up from my background and my history. Like I don't know my daddy. I'm 39. I don't even know who the fuck this nigga is. Like I couldn't point to this nigga if he was to walk up right now and say, "Hey son," I tell that nigga he in the wrong spot. Point of it is coming from a broken background and really not having the examples and all the shit that I needed to know. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I mean, from the first relationship, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And whenever you kind of find yourself just going through this same rotation, I get up, I go to work, I go back, go to sleep, get up, go. Something come around that kind of piqued your interest, and I'm around a bunch of people. Like I'm around out of all the people there. I don't know how I ended up with that one, but I'm around a group of people that's from all over. She from Mississippi, I'm from Texas. We meet in Louisiana and end up, having a baby. It really wasn't a rebound. It was more or less uh that comfort, making sure your life is more work than just all I'm doing is working and sending my money to my kids or whatever case may be, and I ain't really enjoying life. She came around, kicked it for a little bit. She worked like I work, so I figure, she a hustler at least. Well, at least I thought. But it wasn't a rebound situation. I think it was clear in my mind that it was time for me to start moving in another direction, however that went.
right.
So, y'all were together approximately a year, and then
No,
y'all had a baby together.
yeah. But we ended up being together somewhere around 4, maybe 3 or 4 years tops.
Okay.
Okay.
And how? So your child was about what, 3 or 4?
Yeah, yeah. He
When
was
y'all parted ways.
Somewhere around there. He was around 1 or 2 when we parted ways. So it may have been
Okay,
later
because
when we had the
you
baby.
gotta put the pregnancy time and then all that stuff like that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to kind of figure it out. But yeah, I mean, he was old enough to know who I was, but you know, that's a touchy one. But anyway,
Okay. So when the relationship ended with her, how? Okay, let's go to the third baby mama. Then we're gonna go back to the relationships with the previous baby mama. So the third baby mama.
okay. Well, I had
How old is that child?
oh, that's my baby. She won. She won. She was born June the ninth. No, June the 12th of last year.
Okay. And how long were you and that mother? Are y'all still together?
Nah, we ain't together, man. Let me be honest with you. Let me just throw this out here real quick since we're on the subject, and you might be able to help me out. But for some strange reason, it kind of seems like, I don't want to say it like, but I'm gonna just say it the way it is for me right now. It seems like the minute that a woman bears a child for you, deliver a child, and bring this child into the world, her notions and her responsibilities and her mind frame and the things that she's willing to do to hold on to you lessens. Like the things that she normally, I mean, like I'm a type of motherfucker, I ain't gonna expect you to do something you don't normally do. I'm gonna expect you to do some shit that you've been doing. So as you know, children come along, it seems like the woman just kind of tend to lack on her responsibilities. But
what type
yeah,
of responsibilities?
it's raining its ass off. What you say, Nate?
What kind of responsibilities are you saying that are being
Well,
lacked after
you know,
the baby comes?
it's the basic, like, you know, what you're accustomed to when you get off work, when you come in the house, you know, if she normally greets you with, you know, a little smile or whatever case may be, or she may have laid out your clothes, or, you know, she might have asked you how your day goes. Just simple shit. Like for me, communication is key. If I'm a
So is it somewhere around the boundaries of appreciation? Are you saying the appreciation lessons, or
I just feel like a woman feel like at that particular point, especially knowing my history. I don't deal with nobody who don't really know my history. When I'm involved with you, you're involved in the beginning. You know, you go Illinois all the way to, you know, Amara. You gonna know what's going on with me. And I think a lot of women tend to realize, oh, this is the type of guy, if he have a baby with you, you can pretty much run this motherfucker for everything he got. He don't give a fuck about, you know, taking care of no responsibility. So regardless, whether he with me or not with me, he gonna make sure I'm straight. Therefore, what end up happening is motherfucker feel like I could be gone out of a household. I could tell you these are facts about Stephon. I could be gone out of a household and still make sure that that household functions financially. I might not physically be there, spiritually or emotionally be there, but financially I'll still support because my mindset is if you're in the dark, my child is in the dark. If you're walking, my child is walking. And a lot of women tend to feel like, no, I can't say this. In communicating with this woman about this, she told me some of the flyest shit that made me really kind of understand. She say I went from an overnight bag to a baby bag, meaning that you expecting a woman that used to pop up with kids that were old enough to watch themselves, feed themselves, and manage themselves. Now you're dealing with a woman that has to, like, before I can get started with my day, I have to make sure that this child is tended to. So I understood that notion. I understood what she was saying. Like, hey, you can't expect, you know, but you got to understand it's the same with a man. Whenever this child is born, now guess what? That means whatever I was making before this child got here ain't gonna cut it. You know what I'm saying? It's another mouth to feed. It's more clothes to be got. It's formula. So either way it go, your responsibility as a woman or as a man should not lessen because you have a new child or a new dog or a new job. You know, some people get a new job or a new career and they get to looking at you like, so you thinking about going back to school, motherfucker? You just got out of school. The fuck, you ain't even got a job in your field yet. Anyway, let, women just tend, and I say women because maybe because they're more emotionally attached to whatever they got to do, but they tend to lack a little bit. And this is for all three relationships. They tend to lack on their responsibility or as far as the relationship go and maintaining that relationship. They just kind of get a little bit more lax. Like, this nigga ain't going nowhere. He got a whole motherfucking baby up in here. He ain't going nowhere.
I mean, your first baby mother, y'all was together for a long time. The second one, y'all really didn't know each other very well. The third one, did y'all know each other very well?
What was the question about the third one?
Did y'all know each other very well? How long did y'all know
Yeah,
each
yeah,
other?
yeah. The last one was very special to me for the simple fact that I'd always been by myself. Like, I'd break up out of a relationship and I'd be by myself, but I'd have so many people to entertain me that I wouldn't really be by myself. Like, I may live by myself and you might be.
So you would have hoes.
See, why you had to say that? Now, why you had to go out and just say that straight?
The definition sounded like it was congruent.
I
She made it sound like they.
To clarify for the people.
Well, look, it's not hoes because I'm gonna tell you the difference between people that you have. I call them time fillers. Cause they fill the time between what you're doing and what you're trying to do. But the thing about that is it's never new people for me. I don't know about the rest of the people. Like, I'm not gonna go and find a new conquest and try. No, if I'm gonna fuck with somebody, it's gonna be somebody I've already fucked with in my history.
So
and my
you just keep the same.
I got the. Come on, man. It's 2022. I'm not trying to run around here with bumps and lumps everywhere. I'm trying to get my life together.
Okay, so you say so you knew her pretty well. So would you say that it's because you're not vetting these women that you are ending up getting into relationships with them, and then once they have a baby, it seems as if they have changed when in actuality you just didn't know them in the first place?
Well, that was for the second one. The third one, I mean, we clearly, like I say, I come off a long spell where I was, for the first time in my life, by myself. Like, I wasn't by myself.
I keep getting a phone call.
Yeah, he's gonna have to put that do not disturb on.
I can still feel the rocks in the street in the heat. No shoes, no socks on my feet. Gotta eat. Hit the Rex and grab a white box in the seat. Then we more back to the red blocks and we deep. 9-10 hard knocks with a lot to release. On the top of block B, throwing rocks in the streets. Cops stop, we retreat. Out of optical reach, running optimal speeds. Hide out to repeat. No stopping these running.